It's DJ Daniel, you dig? You're tuned in to KOOL Radio, your number one station for the truth about what's happening in the way out wasteland. But enough of my spouting. Let's warm up with some new hot licks.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to a Saturday afternoon here on Pod by Night, or should I say Pod by Live, because Pod by Night is now one of many stories we're telling under the Pod by brand. If you haven't checked it out, we made a big announcement in our Discord, but we're getting bigger britches, y'all. We're growing. It started small and it's grown into a lot of things, and really it's just all of us as friends that really want to tell more stories together, and so we're trying to figure out how to do that. And we are trying for new things. So welcome to Pod by Live. Today we're going to play some Fallout, continuation of the Fallout Winter of Adam story. I'll make some more announcements here at the end, and I don't usually like to talk about my work, but I have a work thing I get to announce too that I gotta promote. I gotta put a little love behind, which I don't always do. So we'll save all of that for the end. We are back with 3 of our 5 cast members. Zach, Bentham, and Tracy are back. Yeah, last week was, or the last time we played, it was just the 3 of them, and you know, it went pretty smooth.
Not so pretty.
Not so pretty. Yeah, big business took the brunt of that, and we'll find out how he's doing here in just a second. But I guess we should do a pretty minor little recap here. The long and short is that the team has made its way to the coast of the Commonwealth, where they have located a place called the USS Germination in exchange for the Minutemen taking care of the jam bakers.
Just saying they can only hear you.
Oh.
Really?
Hello, test.
Maybe. I don't know.
My output.
Can you hear us, chat?
Alizara, are we on?
Weird. Because it's absolutely showing a green bar on OBS.
Huh.
Oh, you can hear them. Okay, good.
Wait,
Woo.
okay,
I got real
okay.
concerned there. I was like, what are you talking about? Like, it's absolutely showing a green bar. Y'all were just being quiet, like good little Zoom
players,
mates. Yeah,
yeah.
good little Zoom mates. But yeah, they have made their way to the coastline of the Commonwealth, where they found the USS Germination. The trade here with the Minutemen was that they would take the jam bakers into safety and care, and in exchange, the team would go to the outpost that had gone radio silent over the last few days. This outpost was to make contact with the USS Germination, which is a large trash freighter that has washed up in the midst of this frigid storm and frozen itself here on kind of the docks of the Commonwealth. When they got there, I don't think y'all found what you were expecting. In fact, it was a pretty graphic scene of cannibalism as the Minutemen had begun devouring one another. One Minuteman was saved, I guess you could say, and the team had kind of made a decision to wait for reinforcement and until night fell so that they could go storm the USS Germination and stop whatever horribleness with this purple flesh fruit that they are growing on board. But night had not fallen, and last week, while you all waited for the night to fall, you were contacted by Diamond City and asked for a little side quest action. A little side quest to go into the sewers and clear a clean path for new like travel of goods, basically, because the train no longer works, and with all the snow, it takes forever on the surface. So if Diamond City could move goods quickly and efficiently through the sewers, that'd be great. But when you got down there, you found a massive nuclear bomb, some more children of Adam, but not ones who are followers of the last sun. Peacefully and quietly, they worshipped this massive unexploded nuclear bomb in the sewers, and told you that they had a better idea. Instead of asking them to leave, why didn't y'all clear out the parallel sewer nearby of the bad children of Adam, and you could have that instead? And the team thought that was a great deal. Combat ensued, and I think most importantly, Big Business learned that the critters of the children of Adam, these gigapeds, as they called them, these pets, are not to be trifled with. And I guess above table, you learned that those were just the baby ones. Those were the little gigapeds, the little ones. But the Minutemen, who had heard your call and were coming to help you at the germination, stumbled across the three of you in combat and helped you finish them off and secure the tunnels before all of you headed back to camp. Now here's the part where I looked at the three of you and I say, what did I forget? What was important to your character? Deeper.
We leveled up. That's important.
You did level. You did level. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
So that was big.
That means you all took a perk. I imagine we'll get to hear about those here in a little bit.
Yes, the children of Adam were, I think, very interesting for me because they were, the fact that they were worshiping the giant nuclear bomb was pretty cool. I think Sister Delilah saw it as a sacred ground, so she also did not want to disturb it.
Yep.
And so I'm glad that we found a solution that wasn't like we had to like wreck this whole
and move these people.
site.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was honestly it was a win. I think a big W for Sister Delilah, and she she gets to tell the folks in Diamond City like, hey, helped you guys out.
Yeah.
Like,
again. Yeah,
helped you guys out again. Okay.
It was probably good for Sister Delilah too, just her spirit after like Beckminster and Beatsville, and like seeing the rampage of the children of Adam and the negativity, to see something maybe simple and positive that was closer to maybe what Sister Delilah knew before making this journey to the Commonwealth.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
What about Big Business and Mortimer?
I got radiation sickness.
You did. I forgot about that. Yeah. You learned that maybe not where you should be. Yeah. Forgot about that. That's good. Yeah.
One of the things I can think of, sort of semi-relevant to Mortimer, is that the bad children of Atom were talking about how they're on the hunt for Muse.
That's right.
But that is still very much actively going.
Yeah.
We were like,
still in danger.
We were like, nope, no negotiating with these people. Just take them out.
Yeah, the moment they mentioned
like,
Muse's name.
Should we talk? And they're like, so we're looking for this kid. And it's like, kill him.
And y'all did. Y'all slaughtered him. Yeah, all good points. What about you, Big Business?
I remember meeting the junk ladies, the ones who were...
Yep, the lesbian couple who built battle bots.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
And Big Business was very professional and cordial with them, and received some fuel for his junk jet that he didn't end up using, but
he might. The battle is not won. Okay. Yeah, you did. You got some junk for your junk jet. Some things you can actually maybe put in and see how it goes.
And my hat was, I think, either acidified or shot with a gun, so it's just full of holes.
That's right. Yeah, your hat. Yeah, your dapper hat was destroyed.
Oh yeah.
It's a sad day. It's a good thing you know a hat maker.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we will pick up. Y'all have trudged through the snow, and Big Business is severely injured. What is your health at, Zach?
I am at 10 out of 20.
Okay, so you're about halfway there.
Only because of some stim packs that were...
After the combat with the children of Adam in the sewers, definitely Big Business is a hurtin'. And the 3 Minutemen will help carry Big Business as much as needed. And after a stim pack, the open bleeding wounds heal, so you're not going to like bleed out. And you can walk back, but it's a slow trudge back through the snow. And it's getting colder because guess what? You were waiting for sun to set. And it is now beginning to happen. The sun is beginning to set. And the 3 Minutemen seem very confused as to why y'all called for aid, more aid. As the warm fire kept going by Mason at camp is still burning. And you can see the Minutemen encampment coming up just on the horizon. Do y'all say anything to the Minutemen, or y'all just try to get back to fire?
I guess I'll fill them in on the basic situation. It's like there were, I believe, 4 Minutemen sent out here. 2 of them are dead. 1 of them is in a difficult to manage state, but hopefully recovering. The captain is injured in the leg, and the people responsible are holed up on that boat.
They take all of this in with kind of quietness. They knew they were answering a call for help, but I don't think they were expecting this. As you come up on the camp, you see Mason there, and the fire is still warm, which means he must have kept it going recently. But he seems like powered down, like low battery, almost. He's kind of like all of his limbs dangle, and his little thruster flame is just keeping him off the ground. It's real T90, and his eyes are closed. His stalks are closed, I guess you could say, and you can see that the lights beeping on him are like circling in a way, as if maybe he's on like a reboot, or he's low battery, but that seems weird. He just got a charge from the McMinster ladies, and they said he was fine.
I was going to ask if he had a little loading circle on him somewhere.
yeah, basically, if there was a loading circle, it would be going. And nearby, the fire, you can see Captain Haley sitting there. Her leg is now kind of in a splint. Mason stayed to help do what little doctoring he could. And she looks at all of you, seeing that there's now help arrived as well. And Big Business is not in great shape. Not in great shape at all. She looks at all of you and she says, I swear I didn't touch him. He just shut down on his own. Mid-sentence. He was talking about follicules or something.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
He did get a bit of a mechanical upgrade recently. Maybe this
setting
is part
in
of
the process. I don't work with these types of. I don't think any of us really do often. So
one of the Minutemen goes, I mean, I guess I could take a look at him. He is probably their radio tech, right? Like he's the techie of the these Rangers. He carries a large radio on his back. Makes sense for the field, and he kind of goes over to Mason, and I guess he could roll real quick and see if he finds anything out. He says, well, he seems to be in absolutely functioning order. If I were to make a call, I'd say he's in a programming update.
What's that?
He's being rebooted.
Rebooted.
Big Business will lean down and look for boots.
His brain is being reset.
Oh. Is that normal?
Hope he doesn't come back as a sort of brand new first day on the job barber.
Well, usually with a software update, you're not looking at a complete wipe of his memory, and he's kind of still looking him up and down and kind of taps him a little bit, and he says, honestly, there's nothing wrong with him. The strange thing is you don't really get software updates from afar. Usually they check into a location. Granted, this is ancient technology. I mean, he kind of laughs about it. But he's perfectly fine. You just have to wait for the download to finish. What he's downloading, though, I could not tell you.
Well, I guess we leave him to it then. hopefully it's not a long process.
Guess it depends on the size of the file.
Oh.
But that's just, my humble opinion. And he looks over and he can see the two bodies that have blankets like cast over them, the consumed ones, the dead ones. And he looks back at the captain, and he says, "We answered the call for help. Found these three." He kind of points to the three of you.
Oh, does the captain say anything?
She says, "Well, I'm glad you answered the call, though I don't know that this is going to be enough." She kind of looks around at all of you, and she says, "Things are strange on that boat." She kind of adjusts herself, getting the leg kind of propped a little bit better in this makeshift splint.
The hope was that with enough people, we might be able to get onto that boat and reach its leader as a doctor. I forget his name.
Dr. Yarrow. She says with quite a bit of spite behind her words.
I'm too hurt to do anything right now. Unless we got attacked or something, but maybe while I am resting, you guys could scout or not.
Try to come up with a little bit of a plan. It's not a bad idea. I can tell you what I know, though you're not going to believe me.
We've seen some crazy things.
This is true.
She says, we made a trade with the boat for a crate of the fruit. We took a crate and I came on board to negotiate more deals. After that, they tried to take me hostage. The crew is affected by this purple fruit. They eat it in mass quantities. And when they can't get satiated, they begin to eat flesh. She says, they weren't bringing me on board to become part of the crew. The plants need a special kind of fertilizer.
What do they need? What fertilizer do they need?
She points at the bodies underneath the blankets, corpses.
Like the mushrooms.
Exactly. I'm convinced they're connected, but I don't know anything about the science behind how Yarrow and the germination managed to create this fruit to begin with. I couldn't get into his office before I was rescued by a set of children who took me to a small storage closet where the last of the crew, starving to death, who have not eaten the fruit, lie waiting. He says, that's about all I know. The twins like to talk. They call Dr. Yarrow the dragon. They say he sits on a hoard of treasure underneath his office. In their state, I assume the only treasure they could be talking about is food.
You said twins? What twins?
A boy and a girl. Young. Just children.
They're the ones who haven't eaten the fruit?
Them and about 4 or 5 others. They stay locked in a closet most of the night. When the sun sets, it brings out the worst of their tendencies.
So if we could reach those people and release them, then they'd be on our side?
They would be. They'd be weak. Most of them only get a small helping of raw food a day. One of the twins found a air duct that leads to this dragon's hoard. They steal a piece or two of food a day, trying to stay alive, hidden. The rest of the crew, by day, act like dedicated farmers, focusing on the thing that they care about the most. And when night falls, they lose themselves. Yarrow stays locked up in his office for fear of what he's created.
Maybe maybe one idea is we could use the bodies like we are delivering them to trade. You say they need bodies, so we could be body sellers.
You would trade the Minutemen for what? Access on the boat. They'll take the bodies and never let us on board.
Well, it's not a perfect plan. I was just sort of going off the top of my head.
She says, actually, I mean, do we want more fruit? We could request some. And you can hear the groaning from the tent of the man that's still tied up. Just the mention of it makes his body ache.
We want to stay away from that fruit. But showing up with some bodies might draw people out. So that's the difference between a loud assault and a quiet assault that will at some point turn loud.
She says, I had some climbing gear, but they made me drop it at the foot of the boat before I got on board.
You dropped it outside of the boat, or is it still in the boat?
Outside.
We might be able to try to grab it if we go stealthily around, because that might be useful for us just in case.
She says, 2 of us is not going to be enough unless we plan to do this completely in stealth. I can tell you that the people are hidden in a storage closet below deck. Getting to them is where the real nightmare begins.
We're going to have to really make our way in the whole ship.
She says they keep 4 people on watch at all times. They're the only people on the boat with guns, at least from what I could tell. Though do not underestimate the strength of those creatures when they are hungry.
Yes.
She says, from what I can tell, they're still somewhat human. They bleed, they die, they think to some degree, they walk, they run. They just become consumed by a desperate hunger. Takes them over. I'm not convinced that they couldn't be cured, but I don't know even where to begin. And that boat has the largest supply of food in the Commonwealth. If there's any way we could fix the fruit, make it a viable food source, it would be worth it for all of us.
We had a smart science lady. What happened to her? I don't remember.
I turned.
She's out looking for her husband, trying to track him.
That's a lie. She's technically at Beatsville.
I was
Mortimer.
Oh, is that what I forgot?
Yeah. Are you trying to lie to them, or are you telling them the truth?
But that is a perfect cover, to be fair.
But because it is a lie, I will make you roll for that.
Okay.
You are gonna have to roll for that. So this is going to be. It's really a charisma speech. Yeah.
Oh no. Oh God.
It's gonna be great as long as you don't roll a 20.
This is a mistake.
Oh, you got a success! Look at you!
Nice.
Look at you! He believes you. Everything that you said it's more like stretching the truth than telling a lie. Yes, that is broadly true. She ended up at Beatsville because she was out looking for her husband. He says, well, that doesn't do us much good, she says.
Yeah, Dad would be able to track her down for her help. We need this Dr. Yarrow. If he's created this problem, he can fix it.
It's true. He might be able to reverse it, but he might rather die before that.
If this was done to him, then we just gotta, I glance over at the guy tied up. We tie him up and we wait till he is in the right mind to help.
Yeah, she looks at him. He's still got these pock marks on his face and these kind of boils and he's got a long way to go, but she says maybe. But can we wait that long? She says, how about she points to big business. You sit down and you let him patch you up. And you can see that he's a Minuteman. He wears a medical patch. She says, let him patch you up and try to make you feel better. And maybe we could wrangle up some decent food. And let's talk about our options, because there's one thing I haven't told you. The twins. They talked about a man, Yarrow's friend. They called him the Prophet.
Oh dear.
They said none of this started until he arrived. He was the first to greet them when they landed after the storm.
Yes, this prophet. They seem to be making their way around the wasteland quite a bit.
She says, I have heard of a man calling himself the last son of Adam.
That would be him. And
yeah, if I'm correct, he got my men kicked out of Diamond City.
Yes, that one's a bit of a longer, more complicated a circumstance. But he seems to be the cause of many problems here. This isn't the first time we've heard of him making his way into small sectors and infiltrating and causing problems.
He's weakening the Commonwealth.
Yes.
Step by step. For whatever reason, he's selected to leave the German nation alone to their own demise. But I can't believe he'd put all this effort into finding and figuring out this flesh fruit without a plan for how to use it.
Maybe he does. There is a plan. We just don't know what.
Yep. Are you still wearing your patch?
Yes, she would still be wearing her patch.
Okay, I thought so. Are you also wearing your wrench?
I do have the wrench on my side.
Okay. Okay. She looks at you and she says, well, I thought maybe you would know since, you are clearly one of his followers.
I am a child of Adam, but my allegiance to the last son of Adam remains it remains skeptical, leaning more on the edge of he is a false prophet. I am still a believer in Adam.
In that we can agree.
This prophet is, from what I've seen so far, a false prophet and needs to be stopped.
Well, I hate to break it to you all, but the Minutemen, we don't fight wars. We're not an army. We're a militia. And our job is the protection of the people. So as long as he stays away from all of the Commonwealth and the communities, we're fine. But since he's dug his claws into that boat and everyone on board, we are obligated to do something.
Agreed. I think big business needs time to heal. We need climbing gear, and if possible, more people.
What I can do is put a call out to Bunker Hill and see if there are any remaining troops that might be willing to support us. So I'm actually going to take us over. Hang on. Let me collect my AP because I'm going to be very kind and use it for Zach. To help with this heal roll. So let me actually start there. So he's going to roll 3 die. He got a 3 and a 7. He is the medic, so he would usually a 10 or lower is an average. So in this case, he is going to be able to patch you up. He probably makes a few jokes. This guy's rough around the edges. This guy is probably like a open field medic. We're talking like trauma 101, stitching, patching, triage, that kind of thing. And he probably makes some pretty gruff jokes about having never patched a super mutant before. As he kind of stitches you up, probably gives you another stim pack. So you can take another, 4? I think is what you get from a stim pack. 4 health back.
I think, yeah.
Sounds about right.
I think it's 4. And as long as you sit and rest, you will be able to heal up to, hang on, I can actually tell you this. It's like a certain amount based on time, I believe. Healing. Regaining health. How we do. Okay, so he just made that intelligence medicine, which he got. Yeah, you immediately recover 4 HP.
Okay.
So that was for the stim pack. And then he's going to take what is basically the first aid minor action. Oh, no, that's if he's using it during. Whenever a character suffers any damage on location, which is a treated injury. Great. Okay, that's fine. Rest. Here we go. Rest. This is what I wanted. Okay, so if you find somewhere to sleep, to properly rest for the next 6 hours, you can regain all lost HP. So he's basically going to patch you and tell you can't go anywhere for the next 6 hours, which is basically nighttime. You're not. We're not sieging a ship tonight. That you should just rest.
Okay.
And then by morning, you should have all of your HP back.
Okay.
But as he patches you up, I'll take y'all over to this other map. I got to get my brain back in gear here. Here we go. Let's go over to the Commonwealth.
I do also need a little bit of healing. I'm short 3 HP.
Oh, he would have one more stim pack. They travel with 2. So he would have one more, which would heal all 4. Yeah. He kind of looks at you and he's like, yeah, just a couple bruises and maybe a broken rib. And he kind of stabs you, I mean, he's a military doctor, so he has there's no like, bedside manner. He just like jabs you with the stim pack. And Captain Haley says that she could always call in from Bunker Hill, which is up here, if you do not know. And actually, I guess, let me see if I can take us over here. I think we are. We're close. I don't see Kalita, but you know what? That's okay. We're good. Everybody can see faces. So here on the map this is Bunker Hill, which is the second largest Minutemen like outpost in the Commonwealth beside their fort, which is on the coastline. Y'all have located the germination, so I guess I need to put it on there, don't I? I haven't. I can mark a new location. And one of the things we might also look at today, since I have a feeling y'all are going to be teaming and looking for supplies, is we might start looking at your reputation. In terms of all of the people that you have helped and maybe haven't helped, and see if your reputation helps you in any way in this process. Because you have standing reputations now with a few of the settlements. So this is the USS. Okay, boom. That's on the map layer, right? Yeah, boom. All right. Okay, so the germination's kind of over here off. These are the docks that y'all are stationed at. So even though the fort is closer, it seems that Haley said that reinforcements would probably need to come from Bunker Hill, which still isn't that far, especially since the Minutemen have to leave the peninsula to get to you. And she kind of looks at, the guy with the radio and tells him maybe to radio for some extra supplies. She said, I'll see what they have at Bunker Hill. Climbing gear, the works.
I could also try sending word to Macminster Abbey. They're short-staffed, but they're good in a fight. And if it's with the promise of food, that's one thing they might...
She actually smiled, and she says, the sisters.
Yeah, we actually came from there to here.
She says, how are they doing?
A lot of hungry mouths to feed, but they're getting by.
It would be one of my greatest joys to be able to offer them a real food supply for the winter.
Could I insight? She seems very interested in Macminster Abbey.
Sure, sure. Yeah, you can. It's actually a speech charisma check or a speech intelligence. I would also take, but it's a speech check to read them as well.
I do have that quite.
They do technically have a purple fruit chat. That is correct. They have been actually had a few of them at their disposal. Let me widen this for our sake.
Have we sent word to them yet to not eat that?
No.
No, because y'all didn't have a radio. You now have a radio.
We sent this flare to get these Minutemen, and we were going to tell them to go and So we need to get word to them. We need to do it quickly.
To not eat the purple fruit. Yep.
If anyone has eaten the purple fruit, tie them down.
Quarantine.
They're chill.
Okay, so one, you can definitely tell there's some familiarity there. It's not cheeky or suspicious. Probably either she knows some of the sisters personally, or maybe the Minutemen do. That there's like a connection there in some way. Mortimer, you don't have to roll for this because you know this information, at least to some degree. It was told to you, and you had like a little one-on-one moment, I think, one night with the Reverend Riveter, and she told you that her lover, her husband, was a Minuteman and had died. And she started the sisters as an answer to offer, like, to support their cause and to give them, to help where she could, which was weapons, feeding hungry mouths, right, taking in refugees. So they basically became the Red Cross of like a military operation. So they probably do know each other to some degree. More than likely, all of the weapons that you see, all the laser rifles are probably tuned up by the sisters, you know. But yes, you get there that there is a friendly familiarity when she asked about the sisters, and if you were allowed to stay, then that also for the first time probably means that you're good people, right? Like if the sisters allowed you to stay, it means that you needed help or were of help to them. That's huge. So maybe less suspicious of you now?
Yes.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, that's good.
That is a good point. We should maybe we should consider going back to Meckminster. To just make sure they're okay.
Is something wrong? She looks concerned.
We left them with one of the fruit.
She says, add communication to the fort and tell someone to get out to Meckminster Abbey immediately. He nods and adds like another thing. And he's setting the radio up because this is not like oh, hey, I walkie in kind of a thing. You can tell he has to set up like a small dish and he has to run, right, the cabling up high as he can get it, like up a tree. This is basically World War II level radio technology. As he it's going to take him a while to like tune in the cold and the snow. And you can hear that like constant crackle as he seeks the signal he needs to get a radio broadcast out for two purposes: to Bunker Hill for support and to the fort so somebody can let Meckminster Abbey know not to consume the fruit.
Honestly, my guess is they already did eat it. The best hope might be if everyone had a small piece. If they put it in the pew stew, then everyone's 1% affected, and it probably won't matter.
Diluted, yeah. And she says, now that that's done, and she looks over at Big Business, probably like all propped up, suitcase nearby.
Tucked in.
Yeah, exactly. All snug. She says, let's actually discuss, the reality of storming this vessel. And you can see it on the horizon in the like purple, cold, snowy night sky, this massive ship. In fact, do I have a better picture of it? I think I do. So I can give you a rough idea, I think, of what it looks like. Let me go back here. Nope. I really thought I had one. Oh, I do. Let's look at the bottom image. So I'm going to ping focus y'all. This is the size of it's a huge ship, okay? And the map is actually backwards yeah, they're backwards, but it doesn't really matter. The idea is basically there are two major structures on it. The big back structure, which if you're looking at the map piece is down here. It's this U-shaped building. Then you have this like crane outpost lookout piece, which is actually going to be located here on this end of the ship. The squares here in the middle are the farm. That's the deck, the core deck. Here you see a bunch of trash and stuff. That's not what it looks like. It's a flourishing, like, bushy tree. It's like an orchard. And the bushes are kind of, like, lined up. You can see it. And all you're seeing from your angle is really, like, the top of the purple plant trees or whatever. But you can see the whole deck is covered in them. These squares here are probably hold... Like a big one probably holds 4x4, if not 5x5. So you're looking at maybe 16 to 20 trees in one of these big ones, where you might get 12 to 15 in one of the smaller ones. But you're talking about a lot of farm space. Yeah. Most of the windows that you actually see in the image open have been like either steel boarded closed, because remember, this was an active vessel on the ocean before the storm rolled it in. And the only real difference here is the back side of it has, you can see where the wave iced in. So it's actually got the boat at just a slight tip of an angle where it washed it inland and it froze the back half in ice. That's why they can't leave. Give you kind of a good idea of a visual from a distance. Everything in front of it is icy frozen solid. And you do see there's like frozen buildings and collapsed boats and junk and old fishing gear, and all of that stuff is pretty accurate. So yeah, that's kind of what you're staring at in terms of what you have to figure out how to get into. And as she sits there, she says, "I will be honest. We could just cut a hole inside the bottom of the ship and waltz right in," she says, "but the underbelly of the vessel is a living thing in it itself." She says, "From wall to ceiling, it's covered in these living vines. They're growing from the farm above. They've broken through and they cover everything. The people who eat the fruit, they sleep amongst this." She says, "It's difficult. It lets them know when you're there. It traps your feet. It trips you up. It's alive."
Well, Mason has a flamethrower.
I was just thinking that.
Could we cut into the hole close to where the unaffected crew are holed up?
Potentially. I don't know if we can do it without being seen or heard. The 4 guards on the deck. So really, we have 2 options. We go in by day and the deck will be full of farmers and security. We cut in by night and all the farmers are downstairs in a rabid, hungry, cannibalistic rage.
Isolating and taking out the 4 guards would be a good approach, so...
Most of the time in the evening, they're below deck. Most of them, except for the guards, so... It seems like a better chance of getting on board with some level of stealth.
Ideally, we need to be on that deck with those 4 guards without them knowing. So if we can stealthily get up onto one end of the boat, middle of the night when it's just those 4, the first one we take out will be free. Then the other 3 will hear and it'll get loud. But if we can take those out, that's the armed people gone.
We know what we need. We could use a distraction.
I'm good at that.
Something to draw their attention to one side of the boat while we climb up the other. If everybody here is good with a little bit of cold ice, I say we climb the wave. Over, up. It's less climbing to do. It's a little bit more slippery. And up the back side of the boat while somebody on the front side looks at big business, distracts them.
They'll be paying more attention to the shore side anyway.
Right. They'll never see us coming from the backside. Then we can get on board and throw them over.
And then I can smash them.
Anything that's left, he cleans up. Once we have the deck, we don't even have to go downstairs. We can go straight to Yarrow.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know how bolted his door will be, but we can at least get big business on board after that and try to maintain our secrecy.
I think it's a good plan.
It doesn't help the people in the closet, but...
I think if we get to Yarrow, then it's gonna work out either way.
We just need him, and we can figure anything else out afterward.
She looks at her leg and she says, as much as I love this plan, I don't think I'm going to be going with you.
You could be part of the distraction.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. She did not see that coming. She did not see that coming. She walked right into that.
I'm not saying you need to put yourself in danger. You just got to draw eyes, not necessarily fire.
Yeah, I think I can do that. She kind of looks around. She begins maybe trying to find something she might be able to use, like a crutch almost. She looks to the other three and she says, gentlemen, it looks like you're going to be escorting them to the boat when time arrives. And actually she stops and she points at the radio guy. Looks very excited, like, oh fuck, I get to go on the mission. And she says, except for you, you run the radio and you have to maintain contact. And he was like, but you'll be suited. This is our medical officer, Dave. And she says, and this is, well, one of our science officers.
Perfect.
If either of them die, you'll have to answer for it when you get off deck.
I know.
Great. And she kind of gives you like a solid pat on the shoulder, like, because you will answer for it if more of my men die. And she says, now, there's no getting on board without that climbing gear, so I'm going to take a little nap because the drugs are starting to kick in and my leg hurts really, really bad. And you all need to figure out how we're getting on board.
I can get the climbing gear.
I was going to say, the climbing gear is probably our best option. Do we want to try to find the one that was left by the ship? Do a bit of a stealth operation?
You could stealth up there and see if you can get it without attracting attention.
Let's do it.
Big business. Are you going to stay and rest, or are you gonna break your health?
I'll do it solo if people want. I've got ghost.
Yeah, I'm gonna rest.
Okay.
I'll go with you, Mortimer, but like you take the lead, and maybe I'll just like stay behind. And if things get bad, I'll try to.
Yeah, backup is good.
Yeah, I'll be back up.
Okay, so you're both going to kind of head that direction. I'm going to take you back over to the actual shoreline map here, give you an idea. You can see how beautiful that ship is that I drew right here in this big gray blob.
Look at that.
It isn't almost perfect? Yeah. So you all are north here. The encampment's quite a ways out. That's for a variety of reasons, safety reasons. So my question is for Delilah, where do you want to kind of post yourself? And Mortimer, where do you, I know where you're going. Do you want to be like hot on his heels, or do you want to like post up in a building nearby? Do you want to take cover? You want to be on ground level? Like, how are you supporting him?
I think I am going to, I think I'm just going to hang back and be more of a lookout.
All right.
For any sort of danger.
Okay. All right. Well, both of you have to start with a single stealth check.
Okay.
Is this like an initial stealth?
It is. This is just, start heading that way without being seen. Now, night is falling, so you only need one success instead of two.
I get an additional die because of ghost. And
wow, that's painful. Oh, that is so painful. That is...
Are you kidding? I roll an extra die and just, hey, have more 20s.
Okay, well, to your
playing D&D right
now? Your
What?
advantage, you can only cash in on us like double 20s really means just still a single complication. It just might be a little bit worse. It won't mean two separate complications. But Delilah, you also got a complication, so you each have to own your own complication. Now, my question to you is, do you want to spend luck, which did refill?
Yes.
when you leveled, to re-roll
that's
those
right.
20s.
For the love of God, yes.
Okay, so you can re-roll your 120. Mortar, do you want to roll one or both?
I'll try re-rolling both.
Okay, so you spend 2 luck. Sister Delilah's going to spend 1. It doesn't really matter what you get. You just need to not get a 20. The rest of it is fine at this point. Okay, so Mortimer, you re-rolled the 2. You got another success. That's a real good. That's 2 successes for you, and we got a 13. So no successes for Sister Delilah, but Mortimer, you are stealthy. That's roll number 1. The problem is that Sister Delilah, you are seen. Mortimer, you're very stealthy. You know exactly how to do this to stick to the shadows. Sister Delilah is not as trained as you are in this kind of espionage, if you would. And Sister Delilah, like every beam of moonlight cutting through a crevice she hits, and eventually a voice rings out. Now you're hid. They have no idea you're there, Mortimer. Maybe Sister Delilah, you're trying to seek cover or like the edge of a building, and a voice rings out, and he goes, "Hey, hey,
God,
are you a child of Adam?" It's coming from on
Yes.
deck. You can see up there, like 30 feet in the air, is like a guy with his gun, and he's kind of pointing it not at you, but at the ground. And he says, "What are you doing out here? Where's everybody else?" He kind of looks around.
I heard that there was supposed to be a gathering for the last son of Adam nearby.
You okay, you can make a speech charisma check.
Okay.
Okay, you got a single success. You're very lucky today, Delilah, because some of what you just said is actually true. And he says, I don't know if you call it a gathering or whatever, but the camp's like that way. He says, y'all are only supposed to show yourself if we sound the alarm, dude.
Oh, I apologize. Can you just point me in the direction of where it is? You said it was that way?
Yeah, and he points on this map, if you're looking at it directly, it would be like southeastwardly, like down the coastline this way.
Yes, I thank you. May Adam's glow be with you, as always.
Whatever. Bye.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, fucking God, stupid children.
Best
And you
failed stealth check ever.
Yeah, that worked out in your favor. And as maybe you like turn and I imagine you loop big around this building and come all the way back to Mortimer.
Exactly.
And tell Mortimer what you found out. Now the guy did see Delilah, but not Mortimer in any way. So he thinks you're gone now.
I just kind of look to Mortimer and like, I don't know if you heard that, but they are working with the children of Adam. If they sound the alarm, some children of Adam might show up. So I think they have. Yeah.
That means they have to be close enough. Their camp has to be close enough nearby
to hear an alarm. So there's another camp for the last son of Adam. Not
and the
far.
moment things go loud on the boat, they're going to descend on it. So maybe we go to the camp first.
Maybe they have climbing gear.
Yes.
Says the voice in your head.
Mortimer, do you think that maybe we should check this camp out and see? Maybe raid them for supplies?
Let's do it. If their plan is to run in if the boat needs help, they got a way to get on the boat. So let's just go to them, take them out. The boat doesn't have any backup. We get the gear we need to get on board.
I think that's a good idea.
Do you, Mortimer, you still have a chance to sneak up and steal the one set of climbing gear if you want to find it.
So I'm going to turn back. So this. I could always try it again another time.
I mean, it's technically they're waiting on you. So when you storm the ship, you could just pick it up. But yeah, okay. So with the information, you kind of come heading back to camp. While this is going on, and the both of you are kind of staking out the vessel, it is 3 Minutemen and the Captain, Haley, and Big Business sitting at camp. And Captain Haley's coming up on some good drugs, real good drugs here for the pain. And she's getting a little talkative, Big Business. She wants to know your business, Big Business. And that's what she says. She says, "So what is your business, Big Business?"
It is all kinds of business. I trade and buy and sell whatever I can come across.
No, not your actual business. Like, I mean, I'm not gonna stand on ceremony here. You're a super mutant. Usually, I'm already, firing shots at you before you can eat my flesh. You're wearing a 3-piece suit, man.
It is proper business attire.
How did you get from point A to point B? Like, did you just wake up one day and decide, flesh sacks weren't really your thing?
They never really were.
He has this sort of distant look in his eyes,
Uh-huh.
and then he says,
my memory is fuzzy, which happens with us sometimes, but I don't remember being much like the others. And I don't know, I think it started when I met Misty and Susan.
Those your wives?
and I forget, I don't remember if I left them.
They would be here at the. You might have probably left them here at the camp when you went to the sewers, right? But they would be here at the encampment with you.
Yeah. So I gesture over at the.
Well, they're nice.
They wandered over to where the super mutants I was staying with, and I just had this instinct, instead of carving them into tiny little pieces to be eaten, I wanted to take care of them. And then I had another idea, like, what if they could carry things? And then what if I sold those things? And what if I saw other things? And then I just felt like my brain was exploding. And then I went to sleep, and then I woke up and it was still exploding. And so, yeah, I've been exploding ever since.
It's quite the story there, Big Business. She says, you and me, we're not so different.
Your brain explodes too?
It did once. I wasn't always a Minuteman. I was born into being a raider. She points to kind of like scar down her face, and she says, look, I even took the initiation fight and everything. I was out doing the raider thing, and our leader decided he wanted to take a vault, and he had found one. And something about watching him kick those people out of their home, it made my brain explode, if you could say. It changed me, I didn't want to be a raider anymore.
Do you remember the number on the vault?
Gosh, what a strange question. Yeah, it was Vault 88.
Big Business strains and tries to remember the number of Kalita's
vault. That is not Kalita's vault. Kalita's vault was 30 something. She came from like west.
Yeah. Okay.
But 88 would be a local vault.
What happened to the vault?
Well, the raiders are still there today. Considering the fact that the vault dwellers were smart enough to set explosives on their way out. Lost my family while I was at it. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay. They were all assholes.
then I'm not sorry.
Yeah, well, you live, you learn.
Yes. Are you going to start a new family? We know a lady who has a baby.
She says, I have a new family. She points at like the Minutemen doing their thing. She's like, they took me in. They gave me purpose, you know. Instead of kicking people from their homes, I get to help people keep their homes.
Yeah.
And just think, instead of taking things from people, you now get to give things to people or sell things to people. But close.
Yes, I am a provider.
Very specific word. Choice. Yeah. Okay. Well.
I learned it recently. There's another. Oh, you like the sisters?
Yes. You know the sisters.
We all do. I was there. I did business with them. That's where I got this.
And I hold up the junk jet.
Right. Yes, of course. Dare I ask what you confessed? No, don't tell me. It doesn't work if you don't tell me. Don't.
I don't remember.
Don't tell me. You did it. You actually didn't confess.
Yeah.
Yeah. You didn't confess.
Business says,
there was a group of mutants like me who lived across from them, and that changed recently. Now there's just one, and she is my wife, I think.
Was that a question?
No.
Okay, a statement. Well, congratulations. That's really something special.
It
Does
really is.
she approve of your traveling lifestyle?
I am a provider, so it is necessary.
You know, you're a good super mutant. She kind of pats you on the shoulder, now having lost kind of all inhibition with the drugs, and she says, I think you got special things coming your way. Big business. Have you ever considered being a Minuteman? Our recruitment numbers are down.
What would that mean?
We'd have to sew two coats together, but you'd get a dope coat and a hat, and you'd go around and you keep people safe. Yeah, one just like this one. She's wearing like a tricorn hat, similar, right, to Mortimer's, but it's not exactly the same. Like his is similar, but not the same. She says, hey, I got a question. What's with your friend, Mortimer?
Mortimer. He's good at shooting things.
Yeah, I know. Why?
He's pretty smart.
So why isn't he? Why hasn't he like joined the Minutemen or like signed up for helping people? He just he's a lone wolf vibe. You don't have any idea what I'm saying. Okay. She was like, I don't know if I'm talking about, she's trying to be subtle,
says,
but you're super mean.
He says, I think if you want the answer to that, we all do things with different groups, like Sister Delilah with the children of Adam, but not.
Yeah, well, why y'all traveling with her?
She's very nice.
Uh-huh. Has she poisoned your food yet, or like succumb you to excessive radiation for conversion therapy?
Wouldn't matter to me, but no, she's very nice. I was thinking about joining the children for a second, but all the other ones we've met have been a little weird. Some of them nice, others want to capture children, so we kill them.
Oh, I see. Well, you could do a lot better than the children of Adam. If you're looking for somebody to come join, we will hook you up with a coat and a hat. Minutemen.
That is tempting.
Just think about it. She's kind of starting to like slur her words a little bit. She says, you think about that while I take a nap.
Okay.
When I get up, you can have an answer for me.
Okay.
You should nap too. You're injured too. You sleep. Shh. Sleep. And she kind of like puts her finger, and just as the both of you maybe start to nod a little bit, you hear the pitter patter of 2 sets of feet come running into camp. It's Sister Delilah and Mortimer, who have not died, nor do they have climbing gear.
Yes. Hi, we return.
Yeah, we're totally awake.
Just going to sleep. What happened?
Well, by the grace of Adam, we discovered new information. I do believe it was divine providence that we learned this information, because Mortimer and I were going to try to quietly see if we could find the gear, and I was more of a lookout while Mortimer was
that was
in.
the plan.
And unfortunately, I was spotted by somebody.
Oh, no.
I just mentioned I was here for... The first thing I could think of was a Last Son of Adam gathering. And they directed me to a camp that is nearby and said that that I was only supposed to show up if they sounded the alarm. Therefore, it seems they have some sort of alliance with a nearby Adam camp.
That makes sense. That's why they got the big speaker on top. And if you look up, maybe, well, it's a little dark now, but during the daylight, she points to the top of the ship. There must have installed a speaker or something up there that, like, projects the alarm. She said, well, I say that we go get him.
I think they may be a good place to get supplies. So...
We need supplies.
She says, well, we could go right now. And she kind of tries to, like, stand up.
No.
You...
I don't know what we...
She says, okay, we could wait till morning.
I mean, a night raid isn't the worst idea, but...
She says, wait! You can take them. And she points to the 2 Minutemen.
Big Business's eyes go wide and says,
I mean, I do feel a little better.
And we should wait till Big Business is fully healed. So if he's still healing, then we should be able. We'll do it. It'll be fine.
Okay.
That's fair.
She
That's
says,
fair.
yeah, it'll
Excited
be
by the idea
fine.
Of a night raid, but okay.
Let's wait till the morning then. Perhaps we could all use some rest.
I mean, y'all could get up. Like, you only needed 6 hours, right? So you could wait 4 and go in the middle of the night. It won't take you a full 8 hours. You don't have to wait till sunup. Y'all could still do a after hours raid. You just have to take a little bit of time.
Yeah, early morning before sunrise raid.
And she says, well, then we should all get some sleep.
Yes. Good idea.
Okay. And she kind of nods off very, very quickly. Some kind of warm stew is probably cooked up by one of the 2 other Minutemen. Eventually, it takes hours, probably 2 or 3 hours. The radio guy eventually comes back and he has gotten out the messages he needed to get out. He packs the radio back up and puts it all away before all of you can hunker down, at least for a few hours of rest. You'll probably get about 4 solid hours in darkness before you're going to try to wake up in the middle of the night and do a raid. This seems like the perfect time for a break. Let's take a break and we'll come back and maybe raid a Children of Adam encampment. We'll see how this goes. Until then, everybody, go refresh and we'll be right back. Hello, everybody, and welcome back from our break to Fallout Winter of Adam, where our crew has decided that maybe storming a ship is very hard, and supplies are needed to successfully make that mission a reality. And thanks to Adam's divine light, you were lucky enough to actually to get word that there is an encampment of Children of Adam nearby that are posted here in case an alarm sounds for the germination. So, yeah, they waited till nightfall. Everybody gets about 4 hours of sleep. Between that and the 2 hours of rest you took before the sun fell, big business, you can regain all of your health. The same with basically anybody else. But you wake up in the middle of the night and it's freezing. It's very, very dark. The fire has burned down to nothing but hot coals at this point. And the only light in this area in any shape or form is the little bit of ambient light that comes from the room in the top of the USS Germination where Yarrow's office is said to be. Yeah. I imagine probably Mortimer wakes up to do the like, hey, psst, it's time. Like round robins.
Sister Delilah just like freezing, like maybe this was not the best idea. Like just
they hand you they do have a spare coat. It comes off a dead guy that was almost eaten, but they do have a coat if you want a coat.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
Just take the extra coat.
Yeah, take the extra coat. It it's nothing special, but it's warm. Yeah. It's definitely warm. So you're not traveling very far, and you have a general direction. I still need a survival endurance check from someone in the group at a success of 1. Okay, go ahead, big business.
I am a well-traveled super mutant.
Yep. Let's see what you know. Oh, yeah, you got this success. This area, nice. You don't travel as often because there's not a lot of settled people down here to sell things to. But you do know there are a couple places here along the docks that would be most open for camping. The Minutemen kind of grabbed one of them, but if you head up the coast, it is basically old, disheveled buildings. Nothing's really left standing. So it's plenty of open space. And sure enough, are y'all arriving with any level of stealth?
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
You have a couple options. One person can roll, and you can all assist to get as high as possible. You need a success for each person, so 3 successes. I'm not going to count the Minutemen against you.
My sneak is
or you can each roll your sneak.
It might be better to roll separately. That is throwing more dice at the problem, but the threshold because I could roll. What's my stealth?
So you need 2 individually or 3 as a group.
Okay, so 1 roll with everyone contributing.
Right, contributing. So the first person has to roll a success, and as long as you roll a success, then they can contribute 1 die each in hopes of adding another.
My sneak plus agility is 12. So if I do a roll and I get a +1 anyway.
Yes, correct. So why don't you roll first? It sounds like we're doing a group roll. And we have AP. That is correct. You're sitting on 3 AP. That is actually true. So if you wanted to do... Yeah, I would spend 1 up front. So, okay, so we'll go down to 2 AP. Let me get back here.
And that means I get 2 additional dice because I got the first one free.
That is correct. Oh, it's enough for the whole group.
Wow.
And you get your AP back. That was great. So you earned the AP too. That was stellar. Okay, well that makes up for those double 20s earlier.
Mm-hmm.
So
okay, we gave you double 20s earlier.
We'll help you out here. Mortimer, at this point, y'all have a real purpose. And if it's true that the germination is working for these guys, you can kill all the people in the germination, but it still doesn't solve the problem, right? You're just throwing water at people that don't have a clean well. So as you head down the beach, you are determined you're going to get there. And because they are sleeping, it is the middle of the night, y'all have a lot of advantage. And as you duck and weave between the buildings and what is left, it's not very long, maybe 10-minute walk or so before you come up upon a camp. It's hard to see at first because their coals or their fire too has gone down to nothing but coals. But around it are a series of tents. And because you rolled so high, I'm going to not make you have to roll a perception. You see this immediately. Maybe because you tried to avoid them in the wilderness. Inside a cage is a very large mutated bear, known as a Yugai or Yugao. We saw, if you watched the Fallout TV show, you saw one. It's what ran out of the cave and attacked him. It's currently sleeping. It's in like a cage. You see 5 additional bodies asleep, we'll say. One of which is rather large. Not big business large, just like a big dude. They are all asleep. I remind you, because I'm a kind GM. Because they're asleep, you will get both surprise and they are prone because they are sleeping on the ground. That means that to hit them, it is a 0-level success. You do not have to roll to hit, only to do damage.
Can you say again, the bear, is it sleeping as well?
It is sleeping as well.
And you said
like,
it was in a cage, right?
It is in a cage. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's like, do we want to try and let it out of the cage? Because it might savage them as much as it wants to savage us? Like, do they have control over it? Have they been teaching it sign language? Who knows?
You don't know.
We would have to fight it then, or it could run off.
Yeah, I mean, but like, I'm like, if we release that and then just stand back and they fight the bear, can we just kill whoever wins, or is that still we have to fight a bear at the end of the day?
It's risky.
I think it's a good idea.
It is risky, but
I'm not against the idea, because it could take care of the problem of there's still quite a lot of them there at the camp, and there's a big one.
Anybody, now that you're all kind of posted out and you're kind of taking it in, there are 5 of you, 5 of them and a bear. So you are at least equal in number, because remember you have 2 Minutemen on your side. But this close now, if you would like to roll a survival perception, you can. I think it's perception, isn't it?
Any of us?
Anybody that wants to, yeah. Now that you're getting a closer kind of look at the camp. How many successes you roll will give you a variety of bits of information. 2, 1, okay.
Perception. Survival.
Okay, so Mortimer, you don't see anything new. You see what you saw before. Sister Delilah, you drew attention to the big man sleeping. As he rolls over, kind of snoring, you see that the lower half of his jaw is no longer there and has been replaced by a metal jaw, a big, shiny metal jaw. Yep.
Do we get an action point back because Delilah rolled 2 successes?
Delilah will leave that up to you. You can get more information, or you can actually, I think y'all are at 3. You can't get any more. You're full up.
We're at max anyway.
No,
because I got back.
Oh,
I needed 3 on that roll, and I got 4, so I got it back.
You get that. You also take a deeper look at these children of Adam. These dudes are not wearing robes and fucking colanders on their heads, okay? These guys are equipped for battle. They are wearing specialized armor. And the big guy is sleeping next to a extremely powerful weapon.
Oh my goodness. Oh,
like a big rifle gun. Okay. Now, big business. As the empath of the group.
Thanks.
And you were looking at the bear. You notice that the bear, even while it sleeps in the cage around its neck, has a variety of ropes tied around it. As if when they let it out, it's on multiple leashes to contain it, which probably tells you they do not have control over it.
Can I tell the reach of those ropes if we, break open the cage, how far it will be able to go? Probably
10 to 15 feet, give or take. Like, they need enough distance off the bear where, like, if it swung at one of them, somebody else could pull it that direction. So 10 or 15 foot, there are 4, which tells you that the 4 regular guys, not the guy with the big jaw, the other 4 guys probably control the bear or walk the bear when they break it out.
Are they currently sleeping within that 10 to 15 feet?
I mean, yeah, the camp is like a circle camp, and they each have kind of like tents or like open sleeping mats, and the cage is not in camp, it's just off to the side.
Okay, but if we were to break open the cage, would would the bear be in range of all of them? Or
Oh
would
yeah,
he
it's
then also...
the ropes are not currently tied to anything. They're meant for use when he's outside the cage.
Oh, okay.
They're
They have to be
loosely laying.
grabbed.
Yeah, they're meant to be
I see.
grabbed and like
Oh,
so they
yeah.
can control him.
We
Yeah.
got this then.
So yeah, you notice that the bear is probably, based on what you see, this is not like, doesn't have a collar or a name. Like it's not being like,
Teddy.
it's not cute. They definitely have control ropes around its neck. And Sister Delilah, you note that the big guy is wielding a very powerful rifle and has a steel metal jaw.
These are not your regular children of Adam. They are equipped to the nines.
Yeah, this is like looking at a holy warrior.
I fear that if we do fight them, it's not going to be an easy battle.
It's a good reason to break out the bear.
Business.
Do I think I could
Go ahead.
shoot the lock off?
Not without waking them.
Yeah.
I mean,
they would,
yes, you would wake them. And it would be a difficult shot because it's so small. So you'd have to success as a 2 to hit it instead of just a 1.
I could also try and sneak up.
You
but my
could.
lock picking
I would say
is
at this
not
point
great.
your sneak is done. You don't have to roll another sneak at a 4. They are asleep. They have no idea y'all are there. You will have to roll a lockpick.
Yeah, I can't. My lock pick is
Now, one of them may have a
target's
key.
6.
One of them probably has a key.
Business says,
Well, I could shoot my junk jet at the cage lock and just hope the shrapnel breaks it, because I was thinking,
I point at the big guy who's sleeping.
if we all got a move before they wake up, it might be good to unlock the cage and try to shoot him in the head at the same time.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
Okay.
That way, if we don't break the lock, we've still shot the big guy.
So I'm pulling a
Yes.
couple people out here in.
And
You junk
also,
jet the lock, I snipe the big guy then?
because the bear also needs to wake up, and the junk jet would probably make more noise.
Big business kind of like sulks a little bit and says,
I don't like killing. But
These people are here for
sometimes
battle.
Yes.
Yes, they are.
They signed up for this.
Yes.
business loads up the junk jet quietly and makes sure it's ready to go.
Okay.
This is literally his first time using it, so hopefully it...
Yeah, this will be, you're literally testing this weapon on them. Okay, so for quick and easy use for myself, I'm going to go ahead and throw these just tokens out. They're not really on a map of any kind, but I am putting in their HP so that we are fully aware of what's going on. To make this easy, I'm going to, because like I said, I don't have a map for this. These children of Adam, instead of wearing a whole bunch of armor, which I have to recede the damage on, I'm just going to up their HP. So basically they have more HP, but we're not gonna have to worry about armor negation, even though they're wearing some. This is just me being transparent. Okay. Boop, boop, be-doop, boop. All right. I'm also going to, because y'all are going to need them, pulling tokens out. Where's, oh, there's Mortimer. Because y'all are going to need it to roll here in just a second for initiative. Okay, so, oh, you know who I don't have out here? Old bear boy.
Bear boy.
Come on, search. Damn, how do you spell it? It should be right here. It's A-O. Y-A-O. I'll also show y'all this just so that you can get a rough idea of like what you're looking at here. Can I show this to y'all? I'd really love that. It doesn't look like it's going to let me, but what I can do is copy this image into Zoom for all of you. That I can do. There you go. The rest of you will have to Google search it. I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry.
Actually, I wonder if I can. Oh, I can copy the image address here. If y'all want a direct address to the Roll20 image they're looking at. They're nasty. They're very, very nasty creatures.
Great.
But they taste delicious. Their meat's supposed to be very delectable.
I am provider.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so my understanding now, the plan is to all get a shot off, free shot, basically. You're just going to do damage because they're all asleep.
Mm-hmm.
Then shoot the bear open and let him do his thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, cool. Oh, is the link broken? I'm so sorry. Let me see if I can.
So sad.
I said sorry. Let's see if this works. I'm going to open it in a new tab. Nope, you're right. It is broken. Roll20's put a whole bunch of new like blocks on their stuff, which makes shit like weird. I'll have to share it too. It's a really great picture of them. I'll have to share it to the Discord here in a minute. But yeah, if you want to go research it, it is spelled YAO space GUAI. Yao guy.
Yao guy.
Okay. If this is the plan, all of you choose your weapon, and you do not need to roll damage. Roll the attack. I just need you to roll the damage die on your weapon, and then tell me who you're hitting.
The junk jet shot on the cage door.
The cage door will require a 2 success to break open. And what are you shooting it with? What junk are you putting in it?
I think I'll use one of the 4 pieces of metal junk that
perfect.
I got from the ladies.
Yep. Okay. Beautiful. Okay. So let's get Mortimer and Sister Delilah first. We're not going into initiative. Just roll your damage, and tell me who you're hitting, like who you targeted.
The big guy.
You're going for the big guy.
Yeah.
Do the Minutemen also?
They do actually. That's brilliant. They'll take the 2 others. That's a smart move. I forgot to pull them out onto the map, didn't I? The play map. Torn about a Minutemen. 1 Minutemen, 2 Minutemen.
I got 2 damage, piercing 1.
Okay, so 2. They're going to fire off. That's not what I wanted. Go away. Go away. Okay. They're going to also fire with just their laser muskets. So 6 energy damage.
Damn.
All right, Sister Delilah.
Yeah, I'm debating also shooting the big guy, or perhaps one of the ones that are farther away from the bear, so that if they try to run away, like, because I know the bear is gonna maul whoever's closest.
Yep, and the Minutemen did take the regular guys, so they did this guy right here. Like 2 of the regular Minutemen basically took 6 damage each. Mortimer, you did it on the big guy, so we'll go ahead and take his down by 2. And you're going to go ahead and, roll your damage.
I'm going to go for that one in case he tries to run.
Make sure you don't use any radiation, because it might, he's going to negate it. He's a child of Adam.
Shit. Yeah.
Well, wait, maybe you would have known.
Don't you have a 10 millimeter?
I do, yeah. I was like, oh, maybe that'll do more. But honestly, the 10 millimeter even does more damage than the gamma gun.
Yeah, the gamma gun, because it's an actual bullet. Okay, well, one is one. No hurt there. All right. Now let's get the shot off. We need 2 successes. You have 3 AP.
I'm going to use 1 AP.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Go for it.
Okay.
Junk jet. 1 additional dice. Submit.
Yeah. What? This all at one time we hear 3 guns. Bow, bow, bow. 4. The 10 millimeter, and then we hear this large chunk sound. It's like as it slings a piece of metal out the end like a throwing star as it goes flying through the air, and it smashes into the metal, sparking as it breaks the chain off. The bear doesn't like those sparks. It upsets him, and he kicks paws forward, kicks the gate open, and steps out. You hear everybody wake. Those that took damage are like, oh fuck, and they're all scrounging to get weapons and stuff. The big guy takes the shot and sits straight up and turns his head and looks right at you, Mortimer. And he grabs his weapon. He's in his long johns, doesn't care.
Can we tell from this distance, is his weapon an energy weapon or a physical rifle?
That's a great question. Does anybody here, what is everybody's energy weapon level?
Nothing.
Mine's very good. It's a tagged skill.
Oh, okay. So I would say definitely, Sister Delilah, when you noted his weapon earlier, this is not just any gun. This is a plasma gun. And it is a agitated recoil compensated plasma weapon.
Agitated recoil.
It's got a bunch of mods. It's a plasma weapon. Plasma will literally turn you to goo. It doesn't leave like a bullet hole. It will gooify your body if you get a critical success. It is this is a nasty weapon.
Yeah. Yeah, I would relay that to the crew that this is a nasty modded plasma weapon that is dangerous if it hits us.
Yeah, maybe on our turns again we can try to hide and then just go with the plan, like let the bear situation happen.
Well, they all basically everybody wakes up. Bear's up, Scrapjaw, that's this guy's name. Scrapjaw is up. Brother Scrapjaw, you can call him, and then the 5-minute man. The 5 children of Adam are all like scrambling. We will now go into initiative. So click your token and hit the initiative button on your. Can I clear? Hang on, I'm gonna remove. Let me just remove all these turns. We might have to do it again. All right, try again. Everybody, try one more time, because I'm a goob. I needed to reset.
Same roll again. There you go.
Perfect. Love it. Where is its character sheet? I have one for this. Yeah, I do. All right, bad guys coming in. All of the children of Adam will just go at once. Oh, I guess I have to click for them. Okay. All right. And their sister Delilah. Okay, beautiful. I'm going to order sort us here. First up is Mortimer. Mortimer, we go into a full round. They're fully aware you're there. He's upright, so you don't get any benefits. It is a 1 to hit him. No, the big guy.
Is there some cover I can get to? I still want to try and take a shot just because he's right there, and
Go for it.
So I'll take some cover, minor action sort of thing, and then I will take a shot. I can't help myself.
Yeah, you can't help yourself. Plus, this guy he's a nasty looking fella.
2 successes.
That's enough. You want to bank that AP back? Or you want to do an extra damage die?
Yeah, let's get the AP back, sure.
Okay, so we're back up to 3. You hit him, roll your damage. Brother Scrapjaw here.
2, facing 1. I'm not doing great on the damage rolls.
That's okay. I'm going to say, what is that, physical? Ooh. He's not wearing his armor yet. He was sleeping, so I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt to do the 2, because I added some extra HP already. So you do the full amount. He kind of takes another shot to the shoulder, and you see kind of flesh and blood splatter, but he doesn't budge as he reaches for this plasma rifle on the ground. It is Brother Scrapjaw's turn. Actually, no, you're too close. He goes for the, y'all think he's going for this big old plasma rifle on the ground, and instead he rips his sleeping bag or his blanket back, and underneath it is what we call a curved ripper. It looks much like a chainsaw to some degree, but it's like a handheld version, and it like is revealed, and he was clearly sleeping with it, and he picks it up, and he rears back the handle, and it kicks up. Let's see. Curved ripper. Yeah, here we go. I'll show you. I might be able to show you. No, I guess I can't. I'll have to look that one up online. Let's see. It's a nasty weapon. Real nasty. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah, it's a real looker of a weapon. It's got a
chainsword.
Yeah, it's kind of like that, yeah.
Yeah.
And it kicks off with this like loud noise, which enrages the bear. And you can hear the bear like rear back, kick the cage open, and like roar out into the emptiness of this beach. Okay.
There's a moment where this big guy stared me down. I just like eyes over to the bear, like, you gonna deal with that?
Yeah. He's going to roll with this curved ripper. He needs anything below a 14. Oh, I have AP. Do I want to use it? Oh, I kind of do, but it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt real bad. No, I'm going to save it. I'm going to save it for the bear. So he's going to roll 2. He needs anything 14 or under. Oh, both successes. Mortimer, I'm guessing your defense is 1.
Oh. Yeah, I was like, what is he attacking?
Mortimer.
You need 2 to hit me. But,
oh, do I? Do I? Okay. Oh, that's right. You're the one that has the high defense.
Yeah, I'm the high.
Well, that's gonna do it. So,
yeah, he gets me.
Here's what I will say. It's gonna be some damage, and it has a few special things about it. So he does 4.
Okay.
This is what I'm going to spend my AP on. I'm going to spend 2 AP. This is a special move. He knocks your gun from your hand.
No.
This is also, so, does any of your armor negate piercing damage? I'm guessing not, because it pierces your armor.
Yeah, I don't think there's any specific anti-piercing.
I didn't think so either. Okay, and then this is also a vicious physical weapon, which means I don't think he did any critical damage, did he? No. So in this case, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, he just knocks the weapon from your hand, and you all see sparks fly as his ripper, like, and it hits the gun in Mortimer's hand, not hitting too much flesh, but ripping part of Mortimer's hand open and knocking this gun as it goes sliding across the snow. And he lets out a, like, as his metal jaw kind of clanks and moves. Yeah, that's his turn. He can't do anything else because he got up and picked his weapon up. That brings it around to the bear's turn. The bear immediately kicks the gate open and does not give 2 fucks who is in front of him. He goes straight for a child of Adam with a, with a claw attack, I think is what our bear friend here is going to do. He claws at this child of Adam. 2 successes, hits him, no big deal. Doing some serious 7 physical damage. He knocks this guy prone on the ground under his feet and is basically clawing at him. Oh, and when this creature enters the scene, I generate an AP. So yes. Oh yeah, it's one of those kind of creatures. That's really exciting. I don't get to do that very often. Okay. Yeah, okay, so we're good. So it basically did everything that it can do. He claws this guy and kind of knocks him over, and now he's standing over them the way a bear does. That would be that poor little child of Adam was not ready. But that is the bear's turn because it moved and it claw actioned, which takes it to the children of Adam. We're going to do this in rapid fire. One of them takes a shotgun to one of the Minutemen. Oh, with 2 successes. That's a hit. 2 successes on the other guy. That's a hit. Okay, so the 2 Minutemen take 4 and 3 physical damage. Y'all better come back with these Minutemen. That was 2 of them. The other one is going to it has like a super sledgehammer in one hand. This is the one the bear knocked down. He's going to try to hit the bear. This is exactly what... Oh, dumbass. The bear swings and knocks the hammer back into his skull.
Ooh.
Wait, didn't he already do 7 damage on this guy? Did I not? So he takes all 4 of his own damage. This poor guy is sucking. All right, the last 2 are going to fire on Big Business and Sister Delilah. So one of the children of Adam, all of them have, one of them has a shotgun, one of them has a sledgehammer. So the one with the shotgun fires at Sister Delilah. With a success. So 4 physical damage. Make sure you're not wearing any armor that negates physical damage. And then the other one has another sledgehammer. This guy has a sledgehammer too. So he's going to get another success on... Wow. It's a good thing I don't get to bank AP, or I would have banked a lot of AP in that moment. He will fight against you with a 5. It's energy damage, so I don't know how much you negate.
Some of the armor that I'm wearing in specific spots.
Okay,
has
so what we
energy.
need to do then is roll a d20
Roll
to
a
see where
D20.
he hits. He hits you at a 20. Okay, we'll take whichever you prefer, a 20 or a 9.
I'll take the 20 because that's my right leg and it has 1 energy resistance.
Okay, so basically yours goes down to 4 energy damage. Right. Sister Delilah, are you wearing anything that will negate physical damage? Any armor?
No. I'm just in my.
Okay, so he's gonna just fire off here. When he does, he hits. What is 16? I believe that's one of your arms. Could be wrong. Could be
is my left leg.
Left leg. Okay. When he shoots, it takes a meaty chunk out of your left leg for 4 HP damage. That is their turns. We move down to Sister Delilah. It is now your turn.
Okay. I would like to shoot at one of the Adam children.
Yep.
Perhaps one of the ones that was going for the Minutemen because I don't want them to die.
Yep.
So let me roll my 10mm pistol. Yikes.
Ooh.
Okay. Do you want to re-roll a 20 or want to keep the complication?
I think I would like to re-roll, so I will spend another. Okay.
Luck. Roll that 20.
3. Come on. Go. Oh.
10. Okay, so you don't hit, but your gun's not
But
going
I
to
don't get a
explode in your hand either. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, the shot rings out a little too wide, and it tinks off the metal, maybe the metal cage, and it enrages the bear again, the noise. And he like, roar! There's some mouth noises for you. Go for it, big business. What are you going to do? There is quite a few children of Adam in front of you. It's up to you.
Big business will shout, "Get behind me!" and rush forward. He'll drop the junk jet. He'll grab his briefcase. I would like to... I'm going to try to position myself kind of in the middle of all of them.
Okay.
But I'm going to attack whichever children of Adam or child of Adam is the lowest health, not the one that the bear is attacking.
Yeah, so, that would be one of the one that the Minutemen hit already. The one maybe
Great.
Sister Delilah was aiming for.
I'll do that. So here we go.
Need 1 success.
Briefcase.
You're at
That's
3 AP. That's great. So you're going to need to roll extra damage die. So when you roll your damage, add 2 die to it because you can't make any more AP.
Got it.
Ooh.
Yep, and that seems right.
You knock him off his feet. Just round swing with the briefcase. He goes like flying before he like hits the ground. He's extremely injured. You probably see his like here's nose break, and you knock a bunch of teeth out of his face.
Cool.
Yeah, he's hurting.
That's my go. I try to take up as much space as possible.
You do, Mortimer. It's your turn.
I want to get my gun back.
Okay, yeah, you pick up your gun, so that's basically your short action, right? To pick your gun back up.
Okay.
So you can't take an aim action, but you can still fire.
Right. I'm gonna shoot him then.
Yeah, roll around. I imagine you like kind of do a cool roll to like pick your gun up, and you swing up wide to like fire a shot at him. You need a single success. Okay, you got it.
Nice.
Roll that damage. Hey!
That's more like it. 5 damage,
And it's
piercing 1.
piercing, so he absolutely takes all of it. Yeah, this time it actually kind of knocks him back, and you can see he has to hesitate holding up the weapon in his hand with the weight of that bullet, for sure. It's now the bear's turn. He's super duper not done with this guy. The guy he's standing on top of, he rears back, and he's going to bite into his skull to eat him. Yeah, eat him. You hear the sound of his skull crunch in the jaws of this bear. This guy is super duper dead. He kind of like slings the body about before he tosses it to the side and gets his bearings to see like who is next. Who's next on his bearings? Yeah, to see who is next on his list. And he sees one very healthy, unharmed guy who might be next on.
I guess I'm basically like.
Yeah.
This is not really accurate, but I'm.
Yeah, you're actually.
Right
this is right. Oh yeah, you're in the middle. Yeah, perfect. Actually, I wonder. Can I do? I can tag it as dead. Yeah, he dead. He's super dead. Okay. let's move right along here. That was the bear's turn. He got some dinner. Brother Scrapjaw sees big business run in and decides that it's not a good idea for all of his men to die today. So he's going to run up to big business and attempt to hit you with his weapon of choice.
Bring it on.
Bring it on. 2d20s. Oh, he got a critical success again. Okay, well, he hits you.
Okay.
This curved ripper kind of like comes down, and I don't have... I do have 2 AP to spend.
Ooh.
Okay, well, let me just roll my damage first, and I'll make some decisions.
Do it.
Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Ignore that. That was silly of me.
Let's use that.
Here, well, we'll use those 2. He needed to roll 7. I'll add 5 more to it, so 6 damage total.
Okay.
It is going to be piercing and vicious.
Okay. What does piercing mean?
Piercing means it negates your armor. So you'll take
Okay.
all 6 of that damage. And because it is vicious, I believe there is a special...
I have a... So it negates my armor, but does it also negate... I have a perk called Barbarian that says your physical damage resistance increases on all hit locations based on your strength.
So it should...
Just innate.
Oh, okay. Your hit location increases by 2. What's that perk called?
Well, by 3. It's called Barbarian. So essentially, right now, I'm unarmored on my head, left arm, right arm, so on. But they all have 3 physical damage resistance, just naturally.
So then, yes, you would negate 3 plus the 1 of your armor, so you'd actually negate 4 of that 6.
Right, but then he has piercing, so the armor doesn't count.
Correct. So it's just the
Okay,
natural
so just
3.
3.
That is correct. Yeah.
Okay.
So you will take 3 of the 6. Okay, cool. My brain
Okay.
wrapped around that. I had to talk that one out loud.
Good.
As he brings it down, I imagine your arm comes up and he again puts another hole in your suit as he like, but your natural skin, your muscle itself actually fights back against the chainsaw of his weapon, which is pretty dope. Okay, it's the Children of Adam's turn. This guy sees the bear and is gonna fire at him. With his shotgun. Go. Oh, he did 6 physical damage on the bear.
Damn.
Did he roll to hit?
Oh,
Or
he
does
did.
it
He
not
didn't.
even matter?
Oh, he didn't roll to hit. You're right. I pressed the wrong button. He got a single success, which is what he needed.
Okay.
So he did get 6 damage off. It does not stop the bear from running straight at him. Like the bear doesn't even stop against the shotgun blast. But he tried. The guy on the ground is going to begin crawling away. He's going to try to escape this situation. This guy fires again at one of the Minutemen. He's got a shotgun. He hits for 4 damage. So this guy takes another 4, and this Minuteman goes down to his knees. You can see as the shot rings out, it hits him pretty hard. He kind of stumbles back and has to go to his knees as his friend kind of reaches for him. Both of these 2 are... One of them is going to fire at Sister Delilah. Actually, one of them has a sledge. Didn't I say that? One of them still has a sledge. One of them's going to try to sledgehammer big business because you're the only thing close enough. And then the other one is going to try to fire at Mortimer, actually, because you're the other guy with a gun. So you get off the hook this time, Sister Delilah.
Ooh.
Yeah, here's a sledge. 1 success.
Okay.
It's 7 energy damage.
Okay.
As it kind of like rocks your body.
There's no way I can spend AP or luck to negate or not negate, but like.
Do you have any energy armor on you?
No, not at all.
Yep. No, the energy, it's like electricity, and it just like rings through your body.
Okay.
I have a feeling we're going to need another long night's rest. The other guy fires at Mortimer with a shotgun. It's not going to be the greatest, but... Oh, he hits!
Oh my
hits.
goodness.
You only take 2. It was a wide spread, and he's kind of at a distance, so you only take 2 off of it as the beads kind of ping off of you, and you take maybe 1 in the leg and 1 in the arm, like a little one, and you can feel that shotgun. Had you been closer, it might not have been. It might have been much rougher. Okay, so that puts us at Sister Delilah.
Oh man. Okay. The one that swung at big business. I think I'm gonna try to go for that one.
Okay. Yeah, this guy right here. Yeah.
Yes. Let's roll for my 10mm.
Actually, I got my count wrong because this is the guy that shot at the Ugal. This one shot at a Minuteman. So actually, big business, you do not have to take that superheated damage.
At all?
At all, because I didn't actually have a Minuteman to do it. Oh, Sister Delilah.
Okay.
You and this
Guys hate
pistol.
me. Yeah. I could spend another luck.
You could, or you could just see what the complication would be.
I think I'm gonna spend another luck.
Okay.
And
I mean,
try
you got
to
the
reroll.
success. Don't hit him. So
Yeah, I don't want a complication.
Okay, good.
Okay. All right. So just 1 success.
Mm-hmm.
Let me roll.
Don't forget, y'all are sitting on 3 AP still too.
Yeah.
4 physical damage. That's pretty good. You shoot at the guy that fired at Big Business. Which one did you hit?
Yes, the one that
Well,
swung.
he's not really there. So do you want to do?
Oh, right. Yeah, one of the ones. Yeah.
Yeah. So probably this guy here that shot Mortimer. I'd imagine he's on his feet. So okay.
Yeah.
All right.
yeah.
So another 4 damage down. We're gonna say this guy is basically bleeding out. He's going to die. He will not survive this combat.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go ahead and mark him as dead, even though he's not entirely. He will be soon. That way I don't get confused. Okay, taking it to big business. Big business,
yeah.
you are surrounded. This guy, though, is not looking at you. He's looking at the bear.
Cool. When you are when you initially described, I think you said that there was the big guy and then 4 other children of Adam
5.
for a total of 5. Okay.
Oh, did I? I
think
thought there
there's
were
one
6.
extra.
Okay.
Or, I mean, there could be.
Maybe he crawled out of a tent. We didn't see him.
Okay.
He's dead anyways.
Okay, I'm going to. All right, yeah. The fact that I didn't take that energy damage is that.
Yep,
I'm doing
yep.
much better than.
Yeah,
I
that was a miscount on my behalf.
So I'll keep it up because, and
Yeah.
you got to get rid of the ads
When in
before you
doubt,
fight the
yeah, hit him with
boss.
the briefcase.
So yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna attack whichever of the 3 normal children of Adam are near me. whoever's
Yeah,
the lowest.
probably. Yeah, this one right here is shooting away at some Minutemen. This one right here, it's just the one Sister Delilah just hit.
I'll do the one who is firing at the Minutemen. And here
Okay.
we go. I'm gonna use an AP because we have plenty.
You do.
Additional dice 1.
Oh.
That's 3 successes.
And you get one of those AP back.
Great.
And one of them will be an extra damage dice. So go ahead and
Got it.
roll your damage with a +1.
Got it.
Might actually kill. Oh, so close. He also gets his nose broken and is going to probably crawl off to die. That upward swing on that briefcase is no joke. You see teeth fly, nose bleed, the whole 9 yards. This guy goes like, oh, and kind of gets knocked backwards. More than likely loses his gun, so he won't be firing anytime soon.
Okay.
All right. Sick. I actually think the 2 sledgehammers are out of play now too. Because he had one and he had one, so everybody's got a gun at this point. No super sledges, which is good.
I just
Mortimer.
knocked that guy out.
Yeah, you basically knocked this guy prone, gun out of his hand. He's trying to dig his sinus cavities out of his brain.
Got it.
Yep.
That's what I was going for.
Yep, that's it. Yep. He you're welcome to take a shot at him, but he's going to probably bleed out and die, much like this guy. Mortimer, it's your turn. You've got 2 left standing, plus the big guy and the bear.
I got a personal vendetta with Scrapjaw. He knocked my gun out of my hand. That's like
He did.
big no-no.
Yeah,
Number
he
one
did.
no-no.
He did. I knew that would piss you off. I was like, oh, I have to use this on Mortimer. This is gonna piss Mortimer off.
Like Mortimer's gun.
I
is
bet
like
he's like
Samson's
he's probably
hair. He needs
scratched
it.
the gun too. He probably scratched the outside, like dinged up the wood.
Yeah, we're going for him. Well, I can aim now. I'm gonna aim and fire.
Yeah, you can aim and fire. Yep.
Use an AP if you want.
Yeah, you can
I'll
use.
be all right.
All right.
I'm like, I don't want to. I'm worried about the bear. When all this is done, is the bear going to be on our side?
Yep,
This is
that's a
true.
good question.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
okay, so
Successes.
two additional damage die on the damage roll.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, this will be a good shot. Okay, 3.
Really? 3 and piercing.
Well, he takes another shot. It's beginning to get difficult. And with nothing around him, you see him. He uses that opportunity with that next shot in his arm to drop the Ripper and reach for his gun, which he'll do on his turn.
Uh-oh.
It is the bear's turn. The bear runs over and does the same thing. Claw to the face. Just rip him open.
Nice.
Oh my god. 9 physical
man.
damage. This guy goes careening prone and the bear gets on top of him. He's just gonna go, the bear's just gonna go
Damn.
person by person, so don't be the next person up, okay? This is zombie rules. Just don't be the next person up. Run faster than the other guy. That was the bear's turn, and it moves to Brother Scrapjaw, and he does just that. He uses his quick action to pick his weapon up, and he aims, and he aims right at you, Mortimer. This is going to tell you everything you need to know about this guy. And you can see, if he could smile, you might see the glint of like a metal smile, but it's just the jaw in the moonlight. He points it right at you and then sees Sister Delilah, unarmored, small weapon
no.
in hand,
Mm-hmm.
totally the
no.
innocent in this combat. And he wants you to know that he could have shot you, but instead he's going to shoot her.
Oh man. Oh man. I'm scared.
Brother Scrapjaw's not a very nice guy. Not a very nice
No.
guy at all. Okay, so what is your actual health at, Tracy? Like total?
You're muted.
It is at 9.
Okay, so there is a very small probability this could actually,
Kill me.
yeah,
Oh, God.
if he
shit.
gets it, just based on the
Here we
damage
go.
alone. Okay, so I'm gonna be nice and not spend AP. Oh, he failed. He failed the shot. He failed the shot.
Wow.
Wow. You're very lucky today, Sister Delilah. Maybe it is the last son of Adam's grace, or the Adam's grace upon you. But he turns, and maybe he did it on purpose. Maybe he did it just to watch the look on Mortimer's face, because Mortimer, his eyes never leave you as he turns and points at Sister Delilah and slow pulls the trigger. And as he does that, shot rings off and it hits the metal cage behind Sister Delilah, not shooting her at all. But there was a moment where he wanted you to know that he could if he wanted to.
Could have killed me.
And that plasma begins to eat through the metal grating as it drips. It's the Children of Adam's turn. This poor guy on the ground, I feel bad for him, honestly. He is in a predicament. He doesn't have a hand-to-hand weapon. He has a combat shotgun, which means it's going to become harder for him to hit. He needs a 2 this close, which he doesn't get either. And fires off like over the bear's shoulder, angering the bear even more than before. Sister Delilah, it's your turn. This guy just shot at you. It goes ringing straight past your ear.
Yeah, this is I'm going to shoot back. But I am considering like running or like trying to.
You could just take cover. You could aim for some cover.
Yes, I think I'm gonna take cover. Or
Okay.
just try to get somewhere.
So it will now become a 2 to hit you, right? Because you have gained
Yes.
cover.
Yes. And can I can shoot from cover?
Mhm.
Yes. Okay. Let's see. Let's try. Yeah.
That's okay.
okay.
Look, all you're doing is spraying and praying, and that is
Yep.
okay. You're causing distraction. You're adding
Yep.
cover shots
Yep.
for people. I imagine you like running in your own little action movie world. You like dive for a barrel or a crate or something, and like, and you come up and you
Yes.
just wildly fire at this guy, and it rings past him, and he lets out another deep cackle from behind his metal jaw. This guy had a whole speech and everything, and y'all are never gonna get to hear it because you didn't let him come to the germination.
Deliver it in the middle of combat.
No, big business. It is your turn.
Oh, okay. I was trying to look this up earlier. I don't think there's any special mechanic or a normal melee attack for me to disarm someone. It seemed like all the disarming effects were like special mods or something like
Yeah,
that.
they're usually special to the weapon or like a special ability that like a bad guy has.
Yeah.
I would say if you wanted to make a called shot at the hand,
Mm-hmm.
if you were successful, a called shot makes it harder, so it's 2 now to hit.
Okay.
It could knock it from his hand.
Okay. I think that's what I'd like to do. I'd like to focus my attention on big guy now.
Okay.
And
Come up behind him.
yeah, and if I can position myself tactically so that the bear is closer to him.
Yeah. You
Not
go on the
looking
other
back.
side of him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
'cause I
Okay.
feel like that situation's
Yeah.
about to change in a
Yes.
second.
Yes.
once the
That
bear's done.
that's smart. Yeah,
Anyway.
that's smart. Okay.
Yeah, would the called shot still do damage, or would its
It will
effect
still
only
do
be-
damage. It's just
Okay.
harder to hit him because you're hitting a very specific place. So it's
Okay.
2. If you want to use an AP, it is 2 to hit him.
Okay, I'm going
And
to.
then basically the damage would be halved. Like you are hitting his hand, but you're not doing lethal like damage. You might bruise his hand or knock whatever's in it
Right.
out. Yeah.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna spend an AP.
Okay.
So 1 additional die. Click, click, click. Here we go.
Oh my
That's
god.
3.
AP.
There we
Do you want to do more damage or do you want the AP to come back?
I want to do more damage because
Cool.
we've been getting AP pretty steadily. So.
Yeah. I hear that. Yeah. Go ahead and roll your damage with 1 additional die.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Are you sure you don't want to just kill him?
If I could.
If
does it.
in this case, if you were just like fuck the gun, and you don't care what the outcome is, you could just kill him.
I would,
Okay.
I'm disarming him because I was
Yeah,
assuming that
yeah.
he would still
Well,
be in the fight.
you
so yeah, no, I'm
literally
gonna-
disarm him as you bring the briefcase down. The arm detaches from the shoulder and falls clean to the ground as he like has a moment and he looks and the hand
Big
is still
business
trying
looks
to like.
shocked too.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
He's still trying to kind of grip at the gun that falls to the plasma rifle as he looks and he kind of gets the KO sway before he like goes to his knees and hits the ground and he begins bleeding out from the hole in
Yeah.
his shoulder. He's very much dead. He did not have 11 HP to take.
Oh boy.
So he
Okay.
too is going to be marked for death. Wow.
I
Yeah.
turn and look at the bear like, oh. No.
Yeah, he falls in the bear, now sees you. Well, not actually. He's still on top of this guy. He hasn't had his moment yet. Mortimer, it's your turn. Your target falls dead to his knees, losing his arm in your sights.
Oh yeah, you're muted.
I'm kind of like, at this point, should we just peace out? Because
That's. It's getting toward
Well,
the
we-
end, and we don't want
yeah.
to be left with this.
we're now at the point where the like every time the bear kills someone, they've got a much higher probability of going for one of us than one of the children of Atom. But if we just
How-
bugger off, it'll savage the 3
Yeah.
of them and then maybe leave.
How hurt does the bear look, Dot?
Not very.
Hmm.
Let's get out of here.
I mean, y'all could
Okay.
y'all could retreat and watch this play out.
Yeah. Definitely before we. I mean, it's your turn, Mortimer, but I know
Yeah.
Big Business is gonna try
I
to
ju-
grab the plasma gun, and then I'll head back to you guys.
This guy is pretty much dead. He's crawling away. I can tell you that. So really, you only have 2 on your feet, one of which is probably about to be handled by the bear. Like Mortimer, if you want to wait for the bear to go, the bear rolls the bite on the guy's head again.
Yeah, I think I will.
Yeah. He eats this guy. So this guy's now dead.
Yeah,
So
let's
you
get
have
out of here.
1 left standing. So you are he's already helping his friend out of this situation. This Minuteman's already like taking his friend off to the side, and they're kind of like and they're trying to find some cover, like maybe behind a building or something away from the bear, as the bear stomps down on this guy's dead corpse and now looks straight at this guy. Do all of you run for cover?
I'm gonna get. Everyone, pull back. We've done what we need to do.
Okay, everybody pulls back and the bear
Business is gonna grab the gun that the big guy had.
Oh,
Special gun.
you grab his arm, which is still like attached to it,
Oh.
and just like football grab it and begin to run as y'all dive for a little bit of cover behind a low foundational wall that still stands of something. It's cold and the snow has kind of built up here. The bear will continue its process of clawing and mawing Yep. And yeah, there's no way this guy sustains 18 more damage. He's dead before he bites his head. The claw just takes half his face off. And the bear then kind of looks around seeing everybody dead and does what a rabid bear does. It begins eating the bodies. It kind of slings them about and plays with them. It pulls off limbs and drops them to the side. It starts going through a few of the bags, but doesn't find anything of like great interest, like no food or anything that it's interested in. And eventually, after about 10 or 15 minutes, when the bear gets bored and tired, it finds the body least mutated, or like least torn apart, which is probably one of the Minutemen that tried to crawl away, or not Minutemen, one of the children of Adam that tried to crawl away, and he grabs it by the arm and begins just like dragging it down the shoreline somewhere else. And eventually the camp falls quiet. There are corpses. There's gore everywhere from the bear. The tents are all torn apart, but...
Go back in and loot the camp. Get the climbing gear. Maybe some guns.
Sure enough, you find 3 sets of climbing gear. Each of them did have... There are 2 super sledges here and shotguns. The rest of them have shotguns. So I will make a note right here because... So there were 4 of them plus him, if I technically had this right. So there are 2 shotguns, and there are 2 sledges. In addition, you get a Ripper, right? The Ripper he had is laying on the ground near his bed, and the gun that you got, which is the, I'm just going to say plasma rifle right now because I'm not typing all of that out. You also got 3 sets of climbing gear. Okay, yeah, perfect. And 3 sets of climbing gear.
Any salvageable armor pieces?
Let's see what they should have been wearing. Brother Scrapjaw should have been wearing something of interest, I think, that you might like. Let's see.
I'll take one of the sledgehammers. So I'll add that.
He is wearing reinforced heavy combat armor.
In which, by the way, I can't even use any of the armor, so you guys...
So basically, you can raid everything. You get a whole bunch of stuff. You get his... He had the heaviest armor, though. He never put it on because he was sleeping. It is heavy combat armor, reinforced heavy combat armor. You actually could wear that, Mortimer. The curved Ripper, the agitated recoil compensated plasma rifle. You get... I will quick roll this here just to see what he had. You get 13 plasma cartridges. And you get... oh, it didn't roll any? Really? I need to have at least a number for this. Okay, 1. He has 3 flashbang grenades.
So 3 plasma cartridges and 3...
13 plasma cartridges and 3 flashbang grenades. And amongst the group of them, you're looking at about what we call a 1 wealth, which is somewhere, we'll probably say 100 caps worth between all of them.
Got it.
So what I can do is add another set of caps. I've been kind of keeping the group caps in my inventory here. So y'all have about 110 caps right now. Yeah. Yeah, you claim quite a lot off of them. You don't see any purple fruit anywhere, though you do see a small bag of, like, produce that the bear wasn't interested in. It might be a little bit mushed now, but they did have good, like, they had food. Basics, but food. Yeah. Which is enough probably for y'all to bring back to camp tonight, which would be good. And you get the 3 sets of climbing gear plus the 4th one that she has. And you can see that the Minuteman that's with you is very much injured, and his doctor friend says we need to get him back now.
Do they have any stim packs?
They did not have any stim packs, so they had some Radaway.
Okay. Ooh.
Yeah.
The sledgehammers, or super sledges?
They're heated super sledges.
Great, perfect. That's what I'll add.
Yep, heated super sledge. You get 2 of those, and then the rest of them were just carrying basic, like, pipe rifles, so there's nothing special about those. But basically, the climbing gear, what you have in the climbing gear is a grappling gun. It's 3 grappling guns plus whatever gear she had back at the boat. And I can drop the grappling gun information later. It does use a small... You do have to actually, like, aim and fire it, so it does use a small gun. And I imagine y'all limp... I'm sorry?
What's the armor called? Sorry.
I believe it's heavy combat armor. Reinforced heavy combat armor. It's a helmet, chest piece, 2 legs, and 2 arms. It's a full set.
Nice. Look at that.
And as y'all limp your way back, what was 10 minutes turns into probably 20 at your slow pace and the cold wind here off the harbor. You head back into camp and you find Mason is still in low power reset mode. That Captain Haley still sleeps soundly, and immediately the medic begins tending to his friend to like save him. Unfortunately, their 2 stim packs have been used, so he will have to use like proper medical like stuff to actually heal his friend. But you all get back with the gear that you potentially need to actually storm this vessel. The radio broadcasts have been put out to the Minutemen, and when all is said and done, it's quiet this evening. If anybody stays up to watch the germination, 4 people always on deck. 2 at the back, 2 at the front. Or I say 2 at the back. 2 at the left side of the boat, 2 at the right side of the boat. So 2 watching this way and 2 watching the harbor. Kind of stand watch all night long. None the wiser that you've come and gone and killed off their Minutemen security detail.
Children of Adam.
Yeah, Children of Adam security detail. You kind of killed off the Minutemen too. There's like they tend to come and go pretty frequently with this group. But yeah, y'all make it back, and as the night turns colder and maybe you bring food back, the food back for the morning. Is there anything y'all want to discuss before maybe you actually get a good night's sleep?
Well, that was something.
Yes, that was getting a little... That was very dangerous, but I'm glad we all made it out.
Did anybody take Scrapjaw's jaw?
I wouldn't have
so.
thought of. Yeah.
I'm thinking
That
our
seems
junk
special.
dealer. I mean, it is a handcrafted massive metal jaw with like serrated teeth. It replaced his actual jaw.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, you're the junk collector. It would have value.
course.
You would have known that it has value.
Okay, then of course.
Okay. And Scrapjaw's jaw. Okay, cool. Yeah. You have a bunch of stuff and a warm fire, and maybe you doze off to sleep. Maybe you don't. But late into the morning, right before the sun maybe comes up, there's a rustling from the tent where you have been keeping the man captive. The doctor immediately awakes, hearing the rustle, and goes to check on him. And spends probably 2 or 3 minutes, if you don't sleep through it, checking him before he comes back out. Would anybody be awake? Or would you have slept through the evening?
We probably keep watches.
I was gonna say I probably slept because that was
That's
a
fine.
lot.
Yeah,
I'm
sleep.
low on health.
Yeah, I got pretty beat up.
Yeah.
Then you sleep through the night and you don't see what goes down. But if you were awake, the medic goes in to check on him. Spends 2 or 3 minutes. Comes out, pulls a pair of gloves off, so he wasn't putting his hands on the guy. And has a sample of something. I don't want to call it a petri dish, but it's as good as you can get in post-apocalyptic times. It's 2 slates of glass. He's taken a sample of something, and he goes over to a workstation where the food was cooked earlier and begins doing scientifically doctory things on whatever sample he got, as the rest of you sleep through the night. And we are going to call it there because this seems like a really good endpoint without the whole crew here. We should have Bub back next week so we can figure out what we're going to do about this germination problem.
Wow.
I can't believe
Very
y'all killed
cool.
Scrapjaw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
We did.
All right. Well, we'll talk about this here in the after show. I imagine there are some feels around Scrapjaw, and it's funny. There's a whole piece of the story. It's like Brother Landon. You
tell
just Yeah, you just changed it. This will be very, very interesting. So until next time, like I said, it's not actually going to be next week. It'll be 2 weeks from now. I am headed to Chattacon. I'm the gaming guest of honor. I'm getting an award, everybody. I know. That doesn't happen
That's
ever.
right.
They're treating me really good. So if you happen to be in the Chattanooga area and you want to come out to Chattacon, I'll be there. But yeah, it's a big honor. It's their 50th year. They were like, we're going to give it to a woman. And I was like, that's amazing. I'm a woman. That's me. I'm very, very honored. So I'll be going up there come snow or no snow to Chattanooga next week for that. So keep an eye out, and maybe I'll take some fun pictures and show y'all. Chattanooga's a really dope city if you've never been to Chattanooga. I feel like the last time we passed through Chattanooga, Tracy was having a panic attack in the back seat.
We had some horror flashbacks to last January. Yeah. Snow.
Driving to Tennessee. That was for our dear Maggie. I am happy to say Maggie's doing well. Maggie's baby is doing well. And Maggie will join us as soon as Maggie's ready, because like motherhood's no joke, y'all. Don't know if you know. But if you don't know, I'm here to tell you. It's a thing. So Maggie's still getting some things together, but I mentioned that we had a whole bunch of announcements, and we do. I had mentioned at the top that we are doing some big branding changes. So our Patreon, you can expect to hear from us very soon about what that means for like the expansion of the Patreon and what new stuff is coming and all that jazz. But it also means that we can officially say, yes, a vampire show is coming back to Pod by Night. It will be your favorite SOS crew. Coming back to not play SOS. For all of you out there that are waiting on the SOS finale, we have announced that the team made a decision based on our love of the show and just like what we thought you all deserved, that like just a talk through recap is not satisfactory. Like, we are not happy with that. We know you won't be happy with that. So we decided that we are going to take the month of January, February, and March to write and record an audio drama version of the finale for you. It will be based on the original roles that we had, and it will be written by our cast, narrated by Mathis, and of course voice acted when characters are needed by your crew. So please give us time. That kind of production and what we want to provide you with does not come out of thin air. I can be transparent in telling you our goal for January is to like draft it up into a templated format. February we're going to write, March we're going to record. So the reality is it may be April before you hear it, but we're going to do the absolute best we can to, if it's done before then, it's done before then. I also want to announce for the podcast, we're going to be doing some changing our editor for the podcast coming into the new year. So the final 2 episodes of Cracked Crown are coming. And then we're going to take a break as we like suss out a new editor and get ourselves together for like a final season, because it will be the final season of that storyline. Those are the big things. Alien RPG, I already mentioned that. Do y'all have anything you want to talk about? Anything cool and exciting that you want to announce?
Did you mention something about the art that you wanted to do today?
Oh, I can't do it today. It's not ready. At the end of what I can tell you is that we are having Fallout art made. It's super dope. Our artist is incredible. I'll share all her information when the art is ready. My hope is really that it's actually ready in 2 weeks' time and I can show y'all before. Great. But worst case, it will be a like finale thing. We have actual art being made. Even though we love our cute little like Vault Boy versions of everybody, we're getting real art made. It's going to be really super duper dope. So remember that if you want to help support us in getting things like super duper dope art, you can subscribe to this channel. You can subscribe over on YouTube. You can join the Patreon. All of those kinds of things, and the Discord is open to everyone to come chat. If you are as excited about the vampire show as we are, we've already started dropping regular daily spoiler. I guess it's not really spoiler; it's like teaser images for characters, for location. Location will be the first thing that we announce, and Mathis has decided on a name for the show, so we're just waiting on the logo, and then we can tell y'all all the things. Yeah. Do y'all have projects? We don't often get to talk about our projects on here, but we should.
I mean, Rolfred's coming back.
What's it coming back with? That's huge.
Secret so far.
Oh, it's a secret. Okay, you can't tell us.
I think in the next like month or 2, we'll be rolling with a new show finally.
Okay. All right. So what I heard is go watch Roll For It stuff. Keep an eye on their socials. I have two things. We do a lot of Kickstarters over at Kobold Press, but I'm really excited about the current one, which is our next Monster Vault. Like, if you've wanted more 5e compatible monsters, like 300 original monsters, it's pretty dope. You should go check it out. It's called Monster Vault 2. But if, like, the D&D 5e scene is maybe not your thing anymore, that's cool. We don't even play it over here on this channel. I'm very excited to announce that Kobold Press, for the first time in our history, is publishing something, a brand new system that is not D&D. Uh-huh. We announced on Wednesday that we are creating our first cozy game. Uh-huh. It's called Riverbank. If you are a fan of Wind in the Willows or Kidge Johnson, who writes the sequels to Wind in the Willows, Kidge is the lead designer on this game. So think cute, posh, Edwardian anthropomorphic animals having, like, chaotic tea time and, like, whimsy adventures together. I'm so excited. You can, if you want to know more about Riverbank, we're going to reveal stuff in February, but you can go ahead and get, like, I think you can sign up to be notified, right? Over on BackerKit, so go check it out if you want to just, like, be the first to know all of the stuff. But yeah, I have a cozy game. We're making a cozy game. I'm so excited. That's my big news. Cozy game time.
That's awesome.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe we'll bring, like, cozy games. I'm actually excited too, because a lot of cozy games tend to be a little, I hate to use the term childish, but I don't know that I have a better term. Like juvenile. And this is not a juvenile game. It's it can be a family friendly game, but it is not aimed at, like, a child audience. It's like it's meant to be for, like, adults. It's Pride and Prejudice meets anthropomorphic animals, right? So, like, it should be very, very fun. I'm just looking forward to seeing what animal everybody wants, like, they choose to play.
Yeah.
Like what your animal is. Yeah. Okay. There we have it. That was just, there's some cozy information for your very cold afternoon. All right, everybody, we're going to go record an after show, and we will see you in 2 weeks' time for more Fallout. We have a couple episodes left before we wrap for this season. So, buckle up. We'll see where this crew decides to end everything. Bye, everybody.
In a couple weeks.
Bye.